In the vast story of creation, one truth stands above the noise of human weakness, failure, and limitation. It is the silent force that keeps humanity standing even when justice could have demanded our fall. Every sunrise we see, every breath we take, every opportunity to begin again is a testimony that mercy still speaks over our lives. Many people think life continues because they are strong, wise, or deserving, but if existence were based only on merit, many stories would have ended long ago. Mercy is the reason tomorrow exists after yesterday's mistakes. It is the reason hope appears even after seasons of darkness. When humanity fell short, mercy did not withdraw. Instead, it created another chance. The mercy of God is not simply an emotion, it is a divine nature. It is deeper than human understanding. When people forgive, they often remember the offense. But when God shows mercy, He restores, heals, and gives a future where the past does not have the final word. Mercy rewrites stories that seem permanently damaged. Look at the journey of human life. Every person has moments they wish they could erase, decisions they regret, words they wish were never spoken. Yet life continues. Those still open broken places. This is the mystery of mercy. It reaches people not at their perfection, but at their weakness. Mercy is powerful because it interrupts judgment. It stands between failure and destruction. When mistakes say, "It is over," mercy whispers, "There is still a way." Many destinies that shine today were once surrounded by errors, confusion, and weakness. But mercy stepped in and turned endings into beginnings. The beautiful thing about God's mercy is that it does not wait for people to become perfect before it appears. It often arrives in the moment when someone feels least deserving of it. In that moment of brokenness, mercy becomes a bridge between who a person was and who they can become. Mercy also teaches humility. When someone realizes that their life is sustained not only by effort but by divine kindness, pride begins to fade. Gratitude takes its place. A person who understands mercy does not walk through life with arrogance, but with compassion, knowing that the same mercy that lifted them is available for others. In a world filled with judgment, comparison, and condemnation, the mercy of God becomes a light that reminds humanity that restoration is possible. It tells the weary soul that failure is not final. It tells the broken heart that healing still exists. It tells the lost mind that direction can still be found every day, that life continues, is a message written by mercy. Every opportunity to change is a gift given by mercy. And every transformed life is a living evidence that mercy is greater than mistakes, stronger than guilt, and more powerful than the past. Mercy does something extraordinary to the human soul. It removes the weight that guilt places on the heart and replaces it with the strength to rise again. Many people live under the shadow of their past, believing that their mistakes have permanently defined them, but the mercy of God breaks that chain. It reminds humanity that the person's past may explain them, but it does not have the authority to imprison their future. There are moments in life when people feel surrounded by consequences. Doors close, opportunities disappear, and it feels as if every step forward becomes harder than the last. Yet, even in those moments, mercy is quietly working behind the scenes. What looks like the end of a journey may only be the beginning of a transformation. Mercy has the power to turn the place of defeat into the ground where strength is born. One of the greatest expressions of divine mercy is the chance to change. Not everyone receives the opportunity to correct their path, to rebuild what was broken, or to learn from failure. But when mercy speaks, a person is given time to grow, time to become better than they once were. Mercy also calls people to become vessels of compassion. When someone has truly experienced the kindness of God, it changes the way they see others. Instead of rushing to judge, They begin to understand. Instead of condemning quickly, they choose patience because they know that if mercy had not spoken for them at certain moments in their lives, their story might have been very different. This is the beauty of mercy. It transforms not only circumstances, but also hearts. A person touched by mercy becomes softer, wiser, and more aware of the value of every human life. They learn that everyone is fighting battles that cannot always be seen, and sometimes the greatest help a person can receive is not criticism, but compassion. Even in the darkest seasons of life, when hope feels distant and the future appears uncertain, mercy continues to move quietly like a gentle light in the distance. It reminds the weary that storms do not last forever. It assures the broken that healing is possible, and it whispers to every searching heart that no life is too far gone to be restored. The mercy of God is one of the greatest gifts humanity has ever received. It is the invisible hand lifting people when they stumble, the quiet voice encouraging them to keep moving forward, and the divine kindness that refuses to abandon humanity's struggles to find its way. There are moments in life when a person reaches a point where strength fails, wisdom seems insufficient, and every human solution appears powerless. In those moments, something deeper begins to reveal itself. It becomes clear that life is not sustained only by intelligence, connections, or effort. There is a higher kindness holding everything together, and that kindness is the mercy of God. The mercy of God works in ways that are often invisible. Many times people expect mercy to appear as a dramatic miracle, but most of the time it moves quietly. It is present in the unexpected opportunity that appears after a season of loss. It is present in the strength that rises within someone who thought they could not continue. It is present in the second chance that arrives when a person thought their story had already ended. Human beings often measure life by justice. Justice says that actions should receive equal consequences. Justice says that every wrong should be paid for and every mistake should carry its full weight. But if life operated only by justice, the world would be a place without hope. Mercy steps into that system and introduces something greater. Mercy does not deny that mistakes exist, but it refuses to allow mistakes to become the final chapter of a person's life. Consider the countless people who once walked in confusion, who once made choices that almost destroyed their future, yet today stand as examples of transformation. Their stories are not explained by luck, they are explained by mercy. Mercy found them when they were lost, lifted them when they were weak, and gave them a new direction when they had none. This is why understanding mercy changes the way a person lives. When someone truly realizes that their life continues because of divine compassion, they begin to value every moment differently. Humility replaces arrogance. Instead of living as though everything was earned by personal strength, they begin to recognize the invisible help that carried them through moments they could never have survived alone. But mercy is not only about receiving, it is also about becoming. A person who has experienced mercy is called to reflect it. The world today is full of judgment, anger, and division. People are quick to criticize and slow to understand. Yet a life shaped by mercy chooses a different path. It becomes a patient with weakness, gentle with failure, and hopeful about change. When mercy becomes a part of someone's character, they begin to see others differently. They understand that every person has struggles hidden behind their smiles, fears, hidden behind their confidence, and battles that the world does not see. And instead of adding more weight to someone's burden, they choose to become a source of encouragement. They choose to become a source of encouragement. The greatest proof of God's mercy is that humanity still has the opportunity to grow. Every new day is an announcement that mercy has not run out. Every breath is evidence that the story is not over. Every chance to begin again is a reminder that divine compassion continues to speak louder than human failure. There are people who believe their mistakes are too great, their past too heavy, and their future too uncertain. They feel as though they have moved beyond the reach of hope. But the nature of God's mercy is that it goes further than human brokenness. It reaches places where strength cannot go and heals wounds that time alone cannot repair. No life is beyond restoration when mercy is involved. No darkness is too deep when mercy decides to silence light, and no failure is powerful enough to silence the voice of divine compassion. The mercy of God is the reason the world still stands. It is the reason broken people still find healing, lost souls still discover direction, and weary hearts still receive strength to continue. Mercy is the bridge between human weakness and divine possibility. And this is the powerful truth that every person must understand. The story of a life is never finished as long as mercy is still speaking. As long as mercy is still speaking, mercy can take the ruins of yesterday and build the foundations of tomorrow. It can take the ashes of failure and create a future filled with purpose. It can lift someone from the lowest point of despair and lead them to a place they never imagined they could reach. So, no matter how dark the past may appear, no matter how complicated the present may feel, and no matter how uncertain the future may look, there is one force greater than it all: the mercy of God. And wherever mercy is present, hope will always rise, new beginnings will always appear, and a greater story will always be waiting to unfold.